Greetings, loyal followers of the First Order. My name is Corbin22, and welcome back to another 100-point squadron build for Star Wars X-Wing miniatures. In this series, we take a look at 100-point squad builds and discuss their competitive viability in the Star Wars X-Wing minis game. Today, we're looking at a particularly interesting build here. This build has served me extremely well in every game I've had so far. It got me scored me fourth place in the last tournament I went to. Won best 2 out of 3, and yeah, it's overall it's a really good squadron. This definitely marks the Originally, I designed this build. I shouldn't say I didn't design this build. It was actually suggested to me by a friend of mine. But with this squadron, I was initially intending to take on the Jump Masters, which it does. It takes on the Jump Masters very well. But I found that it is also very useful in scenarios that don't have a Jump Master. Like this, like I said, this squadron scored me best 2 out of 3, and the squadrons I won against were. I believe it was a Ghost and the Outrider, and then of course I went up against a swarm of 5 A-Wings, and they managed to survive. It was awesome. Anyway, so we got 2 Incom T-65 X-Wings piloted by Biggs, Darklighter, and West Janson. We got a Slaying Corporal B-Wing Heavy Assault Fighter piloted by Keyan Farlander. Each ship has a specific role. Biggs basically absorbs all the damage. Keyan dishes out heavy damage at close and long range, and Janson, he has a bit of damage absorption as well, but he's also mainly here just to strip enemies of modifiers that Keyan can take advantage of his upgrades. So that said, let's look at the build we've got here. 3 very expensive ships. I tried this was the most I could put on them, but sometimes even a ship with like the least amount of upgrades can be deadly if you use it correctly. So we'll start with the damage absorber of the group, and that is Biggs Darklighter. Coming in at a pilot skill of 5, he flies the Incom T-65 X-Wing for the Rebel Alliance. He has a standard stat line of an X-Wing, attack value 3, agility value 2, hull value 3, and shield value 2. His action bar consists of the focus and target lock actions. He costs 25 points to field. And his upgrade bar consists of a warhead, a droid, an astromech, as well as an unlisted tile modification. His pilot ability reads, other friendly ships at range 1 cannot be targeted by attacks if the attacker could target you instead. So, plain and simple, Biggs is meant to be fielded with a squadron, and he is meant to be a distraction. Because as long as all the other ships stay within range 1 of Biggs, they can't shoot anyone else but Biggs. Hence why I've titled this squadron MVP Biggs, because, well, Biggs kind of is the MVP in this one. He's the one who takes the one who takes all the damage like a champ. For his modification, gone with an integrated Astromech. It's an X-Wing only mod, costs 0 points. It reads, when you are dealt a damage card, you may discard one of your Astromech upgrade cards to discard that damage card without resolving its effect. It states to discard one of your Astromechs, but in reality, the X-Wing can only take one to begin with, so they might as well just print to discard your Astromech upgrade. So, yeah. So basically, you flip over your Astromech, and it negates that one damage. It's basically a free hull upgrade for the X-Wings, both T-65 and T-70. For his actual Astromech, go with one I've never really used before, and that is R4-D6. Comes in at a squad point cost of 1, and it reads, when you are hit by an attack and there are at least 3 uncancelled hit results, you may choose to cancel those results until there are 2 remaining. For each result canceled this way, receive a stress token. So I didn't really see any value of this card until I was told to put it on Biggs, because here's the idea. The Jump Masters, the squadron in question I was trying to go up against were the U-boats. And they were 3 Jump Masters, each with Deadeye, I think extra munitions, either protons or plasmas, engine upgrades, and I believe salvage upgrades? Salvage astromechs? I don't know exactly. But the idea was... Oh yeah, and they also had Deadeye. Yes. And the idea was Biggs, they would fire their proton torpedoes at Biggs, and if Biggs suffered all 4 of those hits, you would cancel 2 of those hits with the R4 droid to receive 2 stress tokens that way. And yeah, because they can't shoot anyone else other than Biggs, Biggs would be absorbing all that damage like a trooper. So ultimately, Biggs would have 3 turns to survive, ultimately. Because, you know, integrated Astromech counts. With the integrated Astromech, might as well just add an extra hull value to the X-Wings. Alright, moving on. Move on to the Heavy Assault Fighter. We have Keyan Farlander, possibly one of my favorite pilots to fly, as I've mentioned earlier. Coming in at a squad point of pilot skill of 7, he flies the Slaying Corporal B-Wing Heavy Assault Fighter for the Rebel Alliance. Stat value, the standard stats of a B-Wing: attack value 3, agility value 1, hull value 3, shield value 5. His action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and barrel roll actions. Costs 29 points to field. And his upgrade bar consists of an elite, a system, a cannon, 2 warheads, and your everyday tile and modification. His pilot ability reads: when attacking, you may remove one stress token from your to change all of your focus results to hit results. So basically, stressing Keyan out grants him a free focus when he's on the offense. You remove the stress, you get all of your hits, all your focuses become hits, and it's brutal, especially if you use it in conjunction with these upgrades. Coming with his elite, we have Opportunist. Coming in at a squad point cost of 4, it reads: when attacking, if the defender does not have any focus or evade tokens, you may receive 1 stress token to roll 1 additional attack die. You cannot use this ability if you have any stress tokens. So, you receive a stress, you get an extra attack die, which is perfect for Keyan at range 1, because, I mean, he'll get 5 attack dice, and then, of course, you can spend the same stress you get from Opportunist to turn all your focus rolls to hit. So it's basically, your stress is about with Opportunist, you're getting yourself a free modifier. It's pretty cool, actually. Added to the fact you'll probably be taking your target lock beforehand. Yeah, you're all set to dish out massive amounts of damage. For long range damage, though, we've gone with a heavy laser cannon, coming at a squad point cost of 7. It's a very expensive upgrade. Has an attack value 4, can be used at range 2 to 3. It states: attack 1 ship. Immediately after rolling your attack dice, you must change all your crit results to hit results. That only applies on your initial roll. So if you have a target lock and you re-roll, you have a crit, that crit stays. But only on your initial roll do all your crits become hits. And of course, 4 damage, 5 with Opportunist, and then of course you get a free focus modifier with the stress that comes from Opportunist next to Keyan's ability. You're set to dish out 5 hits straight across the board 4 times out of 5. Now I move on to the I don't know what role he is. I want to say stripper, but that's kind of erotic. But we'll just go with the prep guy. We have Wes Janson. Coming at a pilot skill of 8, he also flies the Incom T-65 X-Wing for the Rebel Alliance. Standard stat line of an X-Wing: attack 3, agility 2, hull 3, and shield 2. Action bar consists of the focus and target lock actions, cost 29 points. And his upgrade bar consists of an elite upgrade, a warhead, a Astromech, as well as an unlisted talent modification. His pilot ability reads: after you perform an attack, you may remove 1 focus, evade, or blue target lock token from the defender. So, Janson attacks. If there are any modifiers left that have been unused, Janson strips them off his target, allowing Keyan to move in with Opportunist and dish out huge amounts of damage with his heavy laser cannon or with his primary weapon at close range. Like with Darklighter, he also has the integrated Astromech, which basically is a free hull upgrade for X-Wings. You flip over your Astromech, you negate that 1 damage that could potentially destroy you. For his elite, gone with the Draw Their Fire. Comes in at a squad point cost of 1. And it reads: when a friendly ship at range 1 is hit by an attack, you may not suffer 1 of the uncancelled crit results instead of the target ship. I am very sorry about that. So, Janson and Biggs are most often going to be staying together, because if Biggs happens to have an uncancelled crit, then Janson can take that crit with Draw Their Fire. And to repair the shields that the crits do to him, I've given him R2-D2. Coming at a squad point cost of 4. It reads: after executing a green maneuver, you may recover 1 shield from your shield up to your shield value. So basically, you suffer a crit. Next turn, you do a green maneuver, you get that shield back with R2-D2. Plain and simple. So we got the heavy assault guy, we got the guy who draws in their fire, and then we got the guy who strips enemies of their modifiers to make use of Keyan's Opportunist. That's how the squadron is built. I'll return just a moment to show you exactly how it works. Okay, and we're back. We've got the ships all in place. I've got all my fighters bearing down on rear admiral Shirano and a VT-49. We have Keyan here, who's taking a target lock. Shirano is also taking a target lock onto Keyan. We also have Janson here with a focus, and we have Biggs here with a target lock. So, we're going to say for this example, the Empire has the initiative, so that means he's going to shoot. He could go for Janson, but because he's range 1 to Biggs, he would have to shoot at Biggs. So he's going to go after Keyan because he's got the target lock on him. So he's going to get 4 dice, 5 with expose. He's going to get 4 dice with expose because he's got expose on him, and then he gets 1. So 4 dice at range 2 because of expose, and we have a target lock. We're going to spend the target lock. we got 3 hits. So the target lock off of Keyan is gone. Keyan, what have you got? Keyan's got a focus. Okay, so he takes all 3 hits. We're just gonna proxy the shield token right now. So he's down to 2 shields, which is fine. Now Janson gets to shoot. He is going to shoot at range 2 at the decimator and hit crit. And a focus. So he's gonna spend the focus. That's 2 hits and a crit. That's sure no down to 1 shield. Keyan's going to shoot. He's going to stress himself out with Opportunist, and he is going to fire his heavy laser cannon. So heavy laser cannon, 5 dice against 0 with a target lock and a stress for modifying. And okay, so that immediately becomes a hit. We have a target lock. Spend the target lock, and that crit stays even though it's heavy laser cannon. So target lock's gone. He still has a stress, but look at that, 5 hits. So that's shield, hull, and crit. So we're just going to say the crit is damaged engine. So that leaves him down to 12. He's down to 8 hull now. Now we'll have Big shoot. Biggs is going to shoot at range 2 with a target lock. And we have hits and a focus, spend the target lock. That's another 2 hits. So yeah, not looking too good, this guy. These guys have all bored down on him. He's going to be stressed, but he can easily remove that with a green maneuver. As long as these two stay together, then Shirano has to attack Biggs. As long as they stay together. Same applies for if Keyan was there, he'd have to shoot Biggs, but because he's too far away, he can target him freely. So yeah, that's how the MVP Big Squadron works. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or you may tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate your continued support. And remember, my loyal followers, the dark side will always be with you. Glory to the First Order!